What is going on, Game Fiends, and welcome back to the channel for another demo of the week and Will It Play? A series in which I download a demo and try it out because I seem intrigued by the game itself and give you my feedback based on what I played, right? And that will decide ultimately, and even though it is a demo, whether I make a purchase of the game or not. And that is the basis of Will It Play? This week we are going to take a look at Hell Is Us, a game that has very much intrigued me indeed. But right now I'm going to let this intro to the demo play and I'll be back in a few. Or you can skip to the markers in the description.
It's a true serum. It's still experimental, hence the polygraph. I would have tortured you, but my employers insist I use their concoction. Now, let's begin. How did you get into Hadia?
The yellow brick road.
Well, apparently, needs more time. While it's going through your system, curious about something. Why did you do it?
Anyone in my shoes would have done the same.
I think you overestimate human beings. I don't think you realize the time, money, and resources that went into this operation. You pissed off the wrong people. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You were smuggled out of Hadia at age 5, grew up in the foster care system, and dabbled in criminal activities. You managed to pull yourself together and become a decorated soldier. After decades of trying to get back into Hadia, well, you decided to take matters into your own hands. It seems we're ready. How did you get into Hadia?
I asked for a transfer to the UN peacekeepers, who had deployed inside Hadia. It backfired. When the paperwork cleared, Hadia's civil war was in full swing and the peacekeepers pulled out. I reported to my new unit, stole some gear, and crossed the mountains.
Why come back?
Fuck. My parents. I wanted to find them. I needed to confront them.
How did you know your parents were still in Hadia?
I didn't. My only memory was that my father was the blacksmith of a village of Jova.
Getting into Hadia is just as hard as leaving. Tell me, who smuggled you out?
My mother.
What happened?
She sat me down in the back of a truck, gave me a necklace, and shut the door.
She didn't say anything?
She told me, never come back.
All right, man. Hell is Us, a game originally announced way back in 2022, is finally going to be released later on this year on September 4th with 3 additions that I'll talk about later on towards the end of the video. But right now, let's talk about the world design. From what I got in the demo, it seems like a very limited open world. One thing to note right off the bat, you do not get any type of map whatsoever. You do get a static map that eventually further into the game you'll see that I'm able to get into an APC and view a static map, but only in the APC. You cannot carry this map with you. From what I gathered from the developers, this is done on purpose because they want you to really explore the world. Now, as you see here, the graphics are not that bad. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to say they're the best either, but they're pretty damn good. Pretty good. I hope that because, by the way, this is a limited time demo, so you're only able to play this from August 12th until August 28th. So if you're interested in this, go on ahead, download it and give it a shot. It's very short. You're not going to play this for long, but it's cool to be able to at least get a taste of it because it did come out for Steam quite a few weeks back, and there was a lot of people, especially myself, was tweeting to them on X and trying to find out when the console version of the demo would drop, but they never really replied. But one fan replied to my comment saying that there wasn't going to be a console demo, but you never know because here we are, August 12th, actually August 13th, as I'm editing this video. We got a demo. So in the world, you're going to end up interacting with a lot of NPCs. And the one thing I love about this is very, very old school. You're going to have to pay attention to what they're saying. You're going to have to take out a pen and paper or take out your phone and the notes app and start jotting down some of these clues the NPCs give you in the world, because you are definitely going to need to pay attention to what they're saying. This is a perfect example. This sort of conversation I have here, sort of side, not really a quest, but he's telling you how to get to the NPC, and you basically have to go and hear for these little chimes, and the chimes sort of direct you to where the APC is. So I think that's pretty damn cool to see sort of that type of interaction where you're not using a map and you're using sort of your senses, right? You're paying attention to what that sound is, and you're looking up and seeing in what direction you need to go to. So to me, that's what I mean when I say it's kind of very old school. This to me is very refreshing. Not that it's new, but it's a type of gameplay that video games have come to part ways with. I miss the days of playing the original Tomb Raiders where there was a mix of action and a lot of thinking when you had to do the puzzles. That said, it also reminds me of one of my all-time favorite games from PlayStation 1, Vagrant story. And I think it has to do with the dungeons and how you fight in the dungeons and the puzzles and things like that. I mean, I don't know, it just really reminded me of Vagrant story. And if you ever played that game, then you'll obviously know what I'm talking about. So the gameplay slash combat is very interesting, and they're doing some pretty neat things here that I haven't seen in other games. And yes, you have a stamina bar, yes, you have a health bar, you have all that stuff like a Souls-like, but it's not trying to be a Souls-like, it's trying to be its own thing. So far in the demo, you get this sword, and then in a few minutes I end up getting a double axe, which is what I used and what my preference was throughout the rest of the demo. The fighting felt pretty cool, the mechanics felt nice. I do feel like they can be a little bit tighter. I don't know, they felt ever so slightly janky, but again, this is a demo and it's a time demo, so I can understand as to why they're doing that. Maybe they have more updates and things like that coming up before the release date in September. Here is a look at your basically inventory loadout, where all your investigative stuff is. There's the sword, there's some of my key items that you can sort of put on as equipment. That's my health pack, things like that. In a sense, a regular, sort of action RPG game, as you will. Now, the enemies kind of all look the same. They kind of have this, they're kind of white like that. They kind of all look the same. I haven't seen anything else other than 2 enemies in the game itself. Well, I guess, yeah, it is kind of 3 because you do get them. You know what? No, it is 2 enemies. You just get another form of that same enemy where you have to fight this sort of the core that's within it. Now, that might be a turnoff. Again, I don't know what all the other enemies are going to look like in the game, but it seems to be having that same aesthetic, because I did look at some of their videos that they posted on YouTube, and it seems to be going in that direction. So the enemies do all look kind of the same, sort of that white no face look. But going back to the combat, you can level up your weapons in these dungeons. I also found sort of I call them like amulets that you can actually put into the swords. I believe there was 4 slots in each weapon from what I recall. Unfortunately, they don't let you do this in the demo. That was kind of a bummer, because I did find quite a few items where I was able to attach it to them, but they had little locks on them, so no bueno. So here you see me attacking this guy, and I swipe there. That ring is actually a way to get your health back. When you see that white like that, you're supposed to press R1 at the right time and you're able to get some of your health back. Also, the way stamina works in here is a little bit different, and I like it because it's kind of unique. The stamina is actually linked to your health. So if you lose health, you lose stamina overall. So if you only had a little bit of health, you're only going to have a little bit of stamina, which means you become weaker overall. So managing your health is actually also managing your stamina at the same time. And those are the sort of changes that sort of keep them away from the Souls-like type of game, because again, they're really not trying to fall into that genre. They're trying to be their own thing. However, I did see something in the settings where you can actually put on a death penalty, so to speak, where if you do die, you start back from the save point and you lose all your XP. So you do have that option if you want that. I didn't put it on. I just left it on, the default, which was off. But it is cool that if someone does want that option, it is there. And that's a snippet on how good the audio sounds in the game. I'm loving the sort of energetic music, the creepiness of it. It's almost like a twisted, energetic, electronic lullaby, so to speak. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you do get parries here. Yeah. Really, really nice. Anyway, back to the audio. I had no issues with it. It sounds absolutely amazing on my 5.1 home entertainment center, because that's how I play my games. I don't play them on a computer. I like surround sound, and this sounds absolutely beautiful and creepy at the same damn time. As far as performance in the demo, it wasn't bad, but I did get some frame drops here and there, especially in this area here. I don't know why. There wasn't like a ton of enemies in this section or wherever I was going. I just entered this corridor and I just saw the frames just sort of drop, and that was a little weird in my opinion. The other thing is, like I said, I think the gameplay could be a little bit tighter. You know, I like to use the word sort of janky, and that's how I feel. Not so I personally think it can be a little bit tighter, so hopefully from now until September they can, you know, tighten that up a little bit and you know, see where they can fix the frame rate, because I am running this on PS5 Pro, and you do get two options. You get an option for what is it, TSR and PSSR, and for whatever reason when I did put it on the PSSR, I felt like the frames were dropping a little bit, so I turned it off. By default it's going to be on TSR, so that's what I left it on. Maybe I'll test PSSR when the game releases and you know, see if it was any better. So what do I think of the game? I think that this is going to be a sleeper hit. And the worst part of it all, this is going to be launching during the time Silent Hill F, Borderlands 4, and Ghosts of Yodi will be launching all in that same month. So it's going to be going up against quite a few key titles. I just hope it doesn't get lost in that, and it keeps its appeal to a lot of you guys. Again, go on and play the demo. Give it a shot. It's very short. And come back and leave some comments and let me know how you feel about the game. So what do I think about the game? And of course, the most important thing as to why I do this demo of the week, will it play? If they fix some of the concerns I personally have, and I'm sure what other gamers have, I'm sure probably a lot of people posting stuff up on their Discord, I think this is going to be a sleeper hit. I think that they have a lot of good things going on here that are sort of original in that respect, where they're trying things and trying to sort of tweak it in their way so that they can have something that's a little bit different than your normal action RPG game. The fact that they don't include a map and you really have to pay attention to what these NPCs say, you really gonna have to bring out a pen and pad or your electronic notepad on the phone and start taking notes. This game may not be for everybody in that sense, but I love the old school feel of it, where it's making you think, and sort of this forgotten gameplay mechanic from back in the day where you solved puzzles. It wasn't just a hack and slash game and you just went balls deep like I do, you know, just like I love playing Kazan. You just go balls deep and just go hack and slash and do what you need to do and just get rid of all the enemies, eliminate everybody, you know. This ain't that, and I appreciate a lot of the things they're doing here and sort of the way they create their own thing. And I think it's going to be one of those games that may find a cult following because of the time frame that it's releasing alongside all those other AAA games. But again, this is a demo. This is, I mean, like I said, it's very short, and I got a very small taste of what's going on here, and you will too if you decide to download this and play it. But I have a good feeling about the game. However, the question is, will it play? Yes, it'll play. I look forward to getting the game in September. I actually pre-ordered a physical edition that you can get from Nacon themselves, and at the moment you can actually get a deluxe edition that comes with a steelbook for us physical media enthusiasts. That also comes with a special pre-order military pack. You get a Hollow Walker pack, a Full Guard pack, a secret code, a digital art book, and the original soundtrack, all for $79.99. You can also grab this from Amazon, so below in the description I'll have a link to the Nacon site and to the Amazon link. Aside from that, you get the standard digital edition, and you also get the deluxe digital edition if you're into that and you don't prefer to get a physical copy. Again, check out the description below. It's going to link you to the site where you can pre-order that beautiful looking steelbook. And this is the end of the video, folks. Let me know how you feel about the game. If you played the demo, or go on ahead, play the demo, come back and leave some feedback. I'm really curious to see what your opinion is about the game. But this concludes this video of the demo of the week, and will it play? If you're new here, please consider subscribing and liking. I would love for you all to join me on my video game journey. And if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate your support. And if you want to see more content like this, please do what my beautiful goddaughter loves to say.
Like and subscribe.
On to the next one. Keep on gaming.